Greetings. Both mildew animalibus and macrobacteria are small enough that other organisms will inevitably swallow them, even if by accident, and let me tell you, it's not just by accident. And the worst part is, they can't swim away being plankton. For instance, octodentes or dentes incisuras, and if they evolve mechanisms to survive the digestive process, particularly the stomach. In the case of macrobacteria, some forms have shells tough enough that they can survive, and mildew animalibus may do it by containing alkalis in their skin cells that counteract the acid of the stomach. They'll find themselves in the bigger animal's gut, an environment where defenseless, very easily digestible food flows through constantly with warm temperatures and no predators, evolution's definition of paradise. So obviously they will specialize to live here. And given they've evolved not to die here, all they need to do is find a way to stay in the gut, which may come in the form of barbs on the macrobacteria, and the kite developing to hold/stick to the lining of the gut using their arms to filter feed from the bigger animal's gut in the case of mildew animalibus. Most animals that adapt to this niche severely simplify or lose most of their body systems. Of course, both these macrobacteria and mildew animalibus are already very simple, lacking sexual fucking reproduction, pun completely intended. They will also lose all senses besides keeping track of how much food they've consumed and making sure they're still attached to the lining of the gut, as that's all they have to care about. This applies to both clades. And this relationship provides no benefit to the bigger animal. In fact, it's taking food right out of its gut. Doing stuff like this is called parasitism. The specific variant shown here, where they live in the guts, is called endoparasitism. And bringing this back to those macrobacteria, they have become flatworms. However, they need to have their shell as larvae in order to survive the host's stomach, and so developing the shell will take a little while before they're released from the parent, and once they're in the new host's gut, they'll lose their shell and elongate as they become adults. I'll call this clade Ventrum creatura, or gut creature, as opposed to Aqua creatura, or water creature. Hello, the video is finally out. Yes, it was like almost 3 minutes long, and it took 2 weeks. Yeah, the median time it takes me to make one of these videos seems to be around 2 weeks. Like, sometimes if I'm really impassioned about the clade, when in the Natare Animalibus video, which only took a week, but for the most part, it seems 2 weeks is the norm. And what can I say? I'm a busy teen with executive function disorder. What else could be expected? I'm a mild burnout at this point. Like, I'm still impassionate about the series. I've always hated making it, and there's a part of me that's tired of making it, albeit part of that might be that the clade featured in this video is one I really don't give a shit about. I made it back in the early days when I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted this series to be. Like, there was another spin-off clade of it that's basically trying to make an example of a trend where basically there's a very thin and blurry line between what is a parasite and what is a symbiote. And I make a whole example of how oxpeckers, according to some studies, would actually qualify as just more parasites. They'll take advantage of other parasites if they are present. But anyway, I decided to cut that because I've fully ditched the educational element of the series and made it completely just entertainment for speculative biology fans at this point. And this clade was largely created as a feature of that, but also partly is just there have to be some parasites on the planet. And I've also shifted away from wholly trying to fill out every single possible thing on the planet, but just trying to make sure there aren't any big areas of the world where it's like, what on earth lives here? Well, what on Emigin lives here anyway, And I've also tried to, as well as also exploring interesting possibilities for creatures, is what I've more shifted into. This is just more entertaining. Like, in future projects, don't expect me to flesh out parasites again, because this video was really unfun to make. I got really tired of it. I had a really hard time getting myself interested in doing it. It's boring. It feels like I've taken 2 weeks to deliver you nothing. I really dislike this. So yeah, next week I'm gonna be working on a clade I care more about. So, well, not working on it. I've already fully developed it months ago, like way before the series started, the series first debuted. But I'm gonna make a video for it, and you're gonna see it. But yeah, we're now in part 3. I'm fleshing out different subclades within the phylums. Like this planet's starting to feel properly fleshed out when I look at just what people see when they look at it from the outside, as opposed to what I see as the creator of it, who's already partway through writing the script for part 6. My script is way ahead of what I've actually made as a video. Wow, it's really sad how many minutes the outro can stretch for relative to how long the video is and the amount of effort each takes. I'll take note of this. Maybe I'll have the video be more loosely scripted. Actually, given some of the ways I record it, that might actually make more sense. I make the process of voicing it over less painful or quicker potentially. I don't know. Anyway, bye.